So,
hello together.
hello everyone.
We are at the AI Guild after last time showing how to make presentations. Today we show how to make videos with AI. And we are not alone. We have support thanks to Mads. We move a little bit closer. Mads had the luck to stand behind us on the coffee machine. And when we asked him in the Web3 Hub what he is doing, his answer was, I'm working since 6 months on AI video generation. And it was clear we have our first guest lecturer in our session. Mads, if you want to introduce yourself for in 2-3 sentences.
Yeah, sure. My name is Mads. I'm a software engineer, and yeah, I've been building on the AI generated video for, basically, like you said, since last October, maybe a little before that, maybe September. But yeah, it's been something that I've enjoyed doing a lot. And I was fortunate to meet you at the coffee machine.
That is so good. We will bring Mads in later of the session because today we have a little bit a wild ride in front of us. As you all already saw on Twitter, how much AI generated videos are already there. And after our workshop, you will see even more AI generated videos because you will notice them now much better. But first, let's look into the trends. We prepared for you a little video, and it's important, listen to the sound and listen also and look at the scenes and so on. This is the newest model of Google. It's called Veo 3, and everything is created out of a single prompt: video, sound, text, and we go for, and later we show you how we did it.
All right. No.
And that was only a little spoiler. Of course, we notice that it's not perfect. The important thing is it was a single prompt on Veo 3, and it has all kinds of advantages, but also things which we should know when we work with it. Marcy, you prepared a little bit the trends which are going currently on, and
Yes.
we dive a little bit into it.
Yes. So, one moment. This one. So, well, if you haven't heard about how the video generation meme started, then we show you the first benchmark video, which is the Will Smith eating spaghetti. I'm not sure why this became the video to, or the topic to do, but this was back in 2023 when video generation models started to take on. And well, I mean, I don't need to narrate this. It looks very funny and quite horrible, but this is where we started, and this is the same topic with the VO3 model, which is like night and day difference, right? So this is what is possible already, and I think as Alex mentioned, whenever you open your feed, LinkedIn, Twitter, whatever, you see more and more video generated content. And I think it's becoming the norm that you see AI generated videos. And what I noticed that now it's not just about, okay, it's a generated video, but it's also about the trends, which videos or which topics are trending. And it feels like that the memes of the image memes are becoming basically video generated memes. And so I want to show a couple of my favorite ones, let's just say it like that. And you see the
to avoid the area entirely.
and I like the merge of it's realistic, but it's also crazy that you wouldn't see in real life. And then the next one, which is another big trend, is this ASMR, which is this hypnotic sound videos. But these are even more to the unrealistic side, that you see things that cannot be real, although they look real. And it has a sound that's a merge between a donut and glass. Right? And then of course, like one of my other favorite topics is like when you get into the loops of singularity. And if you haven't seen the prompt theory video, we can drop this into the chat. So yeah, this is the state of the art right now. And
I think it's always VO3 what we, especially with the
yes.
prompt theory, and we will show you that now. It's always 8 seconds maximum, because the video generation needs significantly more compute power than AI image or text generation. And that's why they cap it. But imagine if they would already open it for 5 minutes. We really don't know anymore what's real and wrong. I think society needs first to learn how to cope with it before we really make unlimited or 20 minutes videos, because the prompt theory YouTube stream is already nicely attached 8 seconds, but it makes it real because it is matched to each other, and it looks like new evidence, new interviews, and then a viewer could think, oh wow, that's true, so this is a new theory which is going on right now. I really like the last example.
Yes. And so now we go into a little bit of workshop mode and show how we generate videos, or what, let's just say the tips and tricks that we learned by playing around for generating videos.
And if any one of you has his favorite video on X or YouTube, which he also saw and liked a lot, just share it in the comments. And at the end, if we still have some time, we will show it to everyone.
Yes, so let me share my screen again. So this one. Yeah, so a little bit of a note here. So some of the AI tools are available in some certain countries, and so not all AI tools or not all models are available in all countries. Now, some people might use VPNs to get around these limitations. Of course, as a disclaimer, we don't encourage anyone to get around terms and conditions or do anything illegal. And for the sake of simplicity, let's just assume that right now we're in London, in the United Kingdom, where VO3 is available. So this is how the front end or the platform looks. Very similar to ChatGPT, but there are a little bit of small differences. First of all, you have the prompt that you can, or the text field where you can put in the prompt, and here you can select between the different models. Now, if you look at these videos are with the same topic and almost the same prompt. But the difference is that we generated them with different models. And what is a good rule of thumb is that you start with either VO2 or VO3 fast, which require less credits. So let's say that this was the first prompt, or the first.
Brewed with AI magic.
This video is with the VO3 fast. It's already really good. There are some. The cups are a little bit fuzzy. The juggling is not so nice. It's a very opinionated juggling, let's just say. The cups are turning into the coffee itself.
Brewed.
And this video was created with VO2, which is the previous model. Of course, you notice that there's no sound, right? The sound was an addition in VO3. And that's such a strong addition that you get sound. Like, that's also like a very, very strong improvement in these tools. But you see that the quality is not as good. It's a little bit quirky. And the video that we showed in the beginning, that was with VO3 and quality.
Brewed with AI magic.
And this one is another, a little bit of changing the prompt, being a bit more specific about some stuff in the prompt. I will show. And this one is VO3 fast. So this is the more expensive one. This is the cheaper VO3. So they are both VO3. This is the expensive VO3. This is the cheaper VO3.
AI sparks pure magic. AI.
Okay, so this is for just a little intro. How
the good thing is also the sound was now better.
Yes.
Sorry for the trouble at the beginning to everyone. Don't know where it came from. Somehow the first videos, the sound was very bad.
Okay.
And there are so many little details which are interesting, especially at this video, for example. So these two people in the back, they walk really strange.
Sparks pure magic.
Here, his coffee mug will disappear in a second. And their coffee mugs are morphed into each other. But again, like Marcy already said, it's all from a single prompt, and this prompt was too complicated, for example. It has too many details. The AI cannot really good handle it. The other prompt, which we showed at the intro, was much simpler and therefore has much less physical, not possible elements like things merging in each other or something. And this is already the important lesson what Marcy already told now in between. I made the big mistake. I used the quality model. You get from Google every month 10 quality prompts for free. So I made like 6 or 7 videos and I noticed, oh, I'm running out of prompts. And Marcy, a little bit better in saving and behaving, has still 750 credits left and mine is exactly at 0. Already, as Marcy said, use the Veo 3 fast until you are happy with the result, because it costs only 20 tokens or credits per video. And when you are really happy with the Veo 3 fast, then you can go to a Veo 3 to get a high quality video sequence to go for it.
And also, so right now we're using Flow, which is the Google Veo 3. Basically, they created a front end to use Veo 3 natively. Now, there are a lot of wrappers and a lot of tools, and we will see one that Matt will show that use Veo 3. But we wanted to show and play around with the native version as well. So you have a free tier, so you can use Veo 2 in the free tier, but it makes sense to go to the $20 or 20 euros per month AI Pro. They have an AI Ultra as well, which is $250 per month. For 3 months, you get half price or something like that. The point is that you can try Veo 3 by registering for the 20 euros subscription AI. So you need Google One subscription with the personal environment of Google. Then you register for Google AI Pro and you get 1 month for free. And if you don't want to pay, you just cancel, right? So that's possible. But you can, if you keep on using your subscription, you get 1,000 credit per month. Now, this is the catch. You cannot top up your credits in the AI Pro subscription, the $20 subscription. Google wants you to pay the $250 subscription so that you can top up your credits. So this is an important, as Alex also experienced, it's an important thing to know.
And in general, with video generation, it's expensive. That was the first thing Matt told me at the coffee machine, like, oh yeah, Kel, we can go to the workshop, but you know, if we generate some videos, that cost money. And approximately with some wrappers, about $6 per video. And if you want to play around, just use the wrapper website and generate something. But again, this gets very fast expensive, like $6 to $10 per video, actually. Another, when you really want to go deeper into the field, go for the Google AI Pro subscription, because this one has already, I think, 35 high quality videos included. And the top up costs only $1 per video, high quality video. So we always talk about the high quality videos.
Yes.
And then it already gets quite feasible when you make a lot of stuff. If you only want to play around, as you mentioned, sign up for the free subscription for 1 month, get 1,000 tokens and play around like we did. And don't do it how I did it. Otherwise, the playing stops fast.
So another topic that we wanted to mention is how you generate the prompts. So there was a trend going around that you should generate prompts, not video prompts, just in general. You can improve your prompts with AI. So you ask the AI to write your prompts. Now we played around a lot, and we created a whole prompting guide for Cursor, and tried to create a prompt, adding the file, the prompting guide, and then creating a prompt with that. It doesn't really work well. So the ChatGPT also doesn't really do good video prompts. Grok does quite good, quite nice prompts that you can copy and paste, and then edit them as you like, get rid of things that are not necessary, something. So it is 8 seconds. You don't have to say that it should be 8 seconds. It will be 8 seconds anyway. Or resolution. You can get rid of these things. And so play around with it. But what I would recommend is look at prompts, or you can also go to the Discord channel of Flow in Google, and there people post their prompts and the videos, and then you just look at them, and then you have a feeling for what prompts work and what prompts don't work. Or there are thousands of tips and videos about tips how to get rid of subtitles, for example. So it's a little bit of like the early times, I would say, where you have to get a feeling for how to write prompts, and yeah, again, coming back to the point, use the cheap credits for trying out or getting to the point where you get the video in the right way, and then when you have it set, then you can generate with the high quality. And then one other trick that we also did is that sometimes the videos, should I show I can show
the first batch, or
yes.
Oh yeah, of course.
No, yes.
In the other project.
So Flow. Maybe you've seen the video that I put into the promo on Twitter, and this was the prompt: Bigfoot with brown fur, purple hair dye on his head, holding a Kodak one-time use camera. He's in the jungle landscape, selfie camera angle, shot from an extended arm. He says, "Welcome back to Jungle Adventures. Today we're learning how to catch some meme coin traders in the act." And I will show the video.
Welcome back to Jungle Adventures. Today, we're learning how to catch some meme coin traders in the act.
And you can
Welcome
see
back.
that he extends his arm, and then it looks like he's doing a selfie, and then he retracts his arm, and it's just stupid. And instead of trying to nailing this prompt at selfie camera angle shot from extended art, this was a tip from a video, right? So I just copied this over. Instead of trying to make it so, I just cut the video on CapCut Pro or CapCut, sorry. So I cut it out where he puts his arm out and retracts his arm, and that's it. So I think it's a nice mix and match that you can work with. I think these are the things that we wanted to. If you have anything to add.
Yeah, it's much more still an art. So I like the AI so much because you can make very quick and dirty something, and you can fix it along the journey. So these perfect prompt guides and all that stuff that feels like too. But with video generation, when you do it in that way, it costs really a lot of money, and it will consume your prompts far too fast. So your approach of reading twice, making sure that it is properly formatted, and if it's really what you want to have, that makes sense in the video generation. And then still using the old tools we have for video editing, like captions or something like that. It makes no sense to let the AI video generation put any caption, because it's most of the time written wrong. It makes much more sense to add that afterwards with a video editing tool.
Yeah.
And make your experiences. And the good thing is, with 1,000 video credits, you can make like 50 VO3 fast videos, 20 credits each.
Yeah.
And there you can learn so much and see so much along the journey. Most of your videos were VO2 or VO3 fast?
VO3 fast. So,
which you
yes.
took for the advertisement.
Yeah.
And that is clear. I also had a situation where a video was the wrong order. So it was the dog on the skateboard, which I used on the X post. It was actually reversed, and the dog was going backwards. Also using CapCut and changing the video direction. It's not as easy as AI prompting stuff, text generation, and so on. It will get easier with the time, but maybe not that fast, because it seems that it's all the guys only give you 10 seconds, be it ChatGPT, and it looks really bad, or be it Google.
You mean Sora,
yeah.
ChatGPT? Yeah. Okay, I think we should switch to the how. So you have 8 seconds, but what if you want to do a longer movie, right? And now we
go to Mads.
Go to Mads. I stop sharing.
Because Mads has a really nice project where he stitches together different sequences, and he describes in the prompt how to build the people and the characters and so on. So I'm happy when Google has a solution for that, like taking the character from the previous video and making a new sequence. But currently, it's really hard to make longer videos with similar scenes, and especially with similar people.
Yes.
Mads, do you have anything to add to the previous things we said? I thought about if we should have taken you earlier in a chat moment, but if you want to add something, go for it. And otherwise, we are happy to see how to make longer videos.
Yeah, no, I disagree. Yeah, it is expensive, so you got to be really careful with how you're prompting and stuff. But yeah, I mean, also I would say, like, if you like a prompt, you might have to try it multiple times, and that's unfortunate because it costs a lot of money. But it's like you said with that skateboard and dog, like it probably would have gotten it right if you tried it 5 to 10 times. You would have gotten one video that's good. And I think a lot of the really viral videos are probably the same prompt generated over and over, and they just chose the best one. And that's how real directors actually shoot movies. They shoot a scene, you know, potentially dozens of times, and then they just pick the best one, and the viewers only ever see the best one. But yeah, that's just kind of my thoughts.
Cool. Then Mads, you can share your screen and you can show us your stitched video with several 8-second sequences. And this is, later.
Yeah, sure. I guess, yeah, I can talk about like basically the prompting that I'm doing. So yeah, the interesting thing, I guess, that was different about what I've been doing before versus what I'm doing now with VO3 is that the prompt is all literally just one thing. I think I might have right here where I had to do separate models. I had to do a visual model. I had to do a sound effect separately and a dialogue. So it was like 3 different things. And I had to do a description of the dialogue. So the AI was working a lot harder, whereas that's all wrapped into a single prompt with this, with VO3, because it just does the sound and the video together. And so then, yeah, so basically what I'm trying to do this was for a hackathon project, is basically that you would create a video, and it would, it'd cost a decent amount of money, but it would stitch all the videos together. And I'll show you. And my interest is actually specifically in vertical videos for like TikTok and shorts and stuff. So I'll just go ahead and show this video.
Mad, I think the sound is not working. This is now.
Oh, sorry about that. I'm not sure why that wouldn't be working, but okay. But yeah, I mean, you can see that there was a consistent character consistency there that I was able to achieve, like it was the same person. So I'll go ahead and stop sharing my screen. I think I've Yeah. But yeah, basically the idea is that you can, I think that's something other platforms are adding, like character consistency. I think like Runway is doing that. And yeah, it's I guess one weakness of VO3 that I've noticed is that it seems like it's fine tuned for horizontal videos. So my interest is in vertical videos, but so sometimes when I'm generating, it'll like just generate it with like it'll generate a horizontal video with just black bars, and so I have to try again. But yeah, that's
interesting. And then you might be go into like some tricks that you want to generate the content into the middle or something, and then you crop it out, or
yeah, I mean, there's definitely tricks you can do. Like with FFmpeg, there's things you can do to change the video length. So for instance, like with VO3, it only does 8-second videos. So if you wanted to maybe just make it adjust it, just like change the video, you can programmatically change it to be like 6 seconds or 10 seconds, and it's just maybe the characters talk a little slower or faster. But yeah, then you could also do something like if there was like you can also edit videos. So there's like magic video editors where if you're like, oh, I like this video output, but maybe there's one thing wrong with it, you can also use a secondary tool to edit a video afterwards.
That is how I also had to do it. Like you said, the Twitter videos, I wanted to have the mobile phone size, and it had black bars from VO3, and then it made no sense. So CapCut and cutting the video again and exporting. The tools are powerful, but they still need manual fine tuning.
Yes, and I would have a question. Can you share a little bit, because you showed your JSON or this whole format. Can you share a bit more how you do that? What are the strategies there? How can you make consistency work?
Yeah, so it's been an iterative process, I'll say. Yeah, so the main thing was just getting so when I call the AI API, it generates a bunch of prompts, and it would always want to say like the same lady or something. Like it didn't realize that each API call was separate. So like with VO3, like right now we don't have character consistency. So if it just says Jack, then it could change who Jack is, because Jack isn't a descriptive term. So what you need to do is constantly remind in the prompt, hey, like each thing is separate. Please, you have to like basically establish who the character is beforehand, and then it'll remember to do it in every single prompt. But yeah, that was something that I had to iterate on. But yeah, fortunately, I was doing that with some of the cheaper videos, right? So if you're iterating on a prompt, trying to really fine tune your prompt, it's probably better to do it with a cheaper video. And then yeah, when the more advanced models come out and continue to come out, then you don't you have like basically something that works for like worse videos. So they definitely work for the good video generator models.
And how long? So for first question, how long is your prompt? Like, is it like a massive prompt that you send into the VO API, or are these short prompts?
Yeah, so it was like actually that line of that file I was showing you is 150 lines of code technically. So yeah, it's not a short prompt at all. That constantly reminding, and yeah, there's definitely a lot you can do as far as formatting, and like for instance, since I'm doing shorts style content, like TikTok style content, like there was prompting in there to say, oh, we need to have catchphrases and memeable moments. So that's something that I included in there, where it's like certain directions on, like, because there's just certain forums and certain things, like formulaic things that are known to work on TikTok and YouTube that are just kind of specific to the platform, which is like, catchphrases and like fast attention. There's actually even like a TikTok accent, like people talking like this, like they talk really fast and they just try to get your attention really fast. So yeah, that I was trying to fine tune my prompt so that way when a user used it, it was specifically useful for TikTok or Shorts or Reels.
And another question. So when you interact with the VO API, right? It's an API call. You use Python or TypeScript or whatever, right? And each prompt is is separate or independent. So there's no memory between. It's not like there's the assistant API in ChatGPT that it remembers the history, or you can send back the history. So you have to manage the history yourself. But what you are doing is you're managing the history in each individual prompt, right? So you manage the state of the characters, of the scene in the prompt, and then you have like a part of the prompt that for the individual or the actual video that you're trying to create. Did I understand this correctly?
Yeah, that's right. So I actually, like you said, I call through a wrapper actually, but yeah, anyway, so each time I call the wrapper API, I have to say, I can't just say like Jack, the character. I have to say a construction worker in his mid-30s with an American accent. He wears a orange cap and an orange vest and blah, blah, blah. Like the character needs to be the exact same in every single call. So that's something that I've formatted into the prompting. And actually, furthermore, my interest lies in creating basically continuous stories. So ultimately, what I'm aiming to do with this is to be able to post on TikTok and all these platforms support polls. And so basically, it would be a video and has a little poll in the corner, and it asks what should happen next in the story, and people can vote on the story, and then it would generate what happens next in the story based on what people vote. So this is just like sort of a user engagement tactic to try to get more views and more clicks and everything. But yeah, it's just basically a new capability, I think. So that is also just on me to remember. Okay, wait, who am I making characters about? I need to like store that just on my own. But yeah, definitely the AI API does not store, at least right now, what characters you've been working on. I'm sure that'll change in the future. I mean, there's going to be creator tools specifically for this kind of thing, and we really are just at the beginning in terms of video generation. But VO3 was definitely a jump where it became professional quality, I would say, and I would say that's kind of an objective statement because it's not really my opinion, because it actually was used for a commercial that aired on the NBA Finals. So it's been used in professional environments now. It's no longer just a toy.
Yeah, I completely agree, and I just wanted to say that maybe like the difference or the analogy between VO2 and VO3, I would say that VO2 is ChatGPT 3.5, where it was like usable, but it was not good enough. And then VO3 is ChatGPT 4, where you're like, okay, I'm gonna just send this email. Like, it's I could grind this, but it's not gonna get much better. It became usable. So I agree. And the other thing is that I think we are with video generation in the 2023 Midjourney, when you had to go to the Discord channel and you typed into the Discord channel and then it generated something and you were trying to figure out how does this thing work. And so maybe 6 months, 1 year, this will be just business as usual.
Yeah, and another thing to look out for is open source AI models. So I think the open source models are probably lag behind 6 to 12 months, I'd say. So I think this year, possibly, there'll be an open source version of VO3. And now it'll still require insane hardware. This all runs on the most advanced NVIDIA hardware, which is, if you were just going to try to buy a hardware, so you didn't have to pay a cloud bill, it would cost you like 70 grand for the chip that these things run on. So yeah, but the open source models, I think, will come out, and that'll lead to, I think, an explosion, because you can fine tune an open source model for use case. So VO3, the way we've seen it, is kind of realism focused. I think that if you're making your own movie, you're going to probably have your own fine tune for, like, if you're doing a cartoon style movie or anime style movie, or if you want it to look like a Zack Snyder's film, any particular director, name them. But you need to, that's going to be something people are doing in the future, I think.
Amazing.
Yeah, and I think what you are doing, Matt, is trying to get longer videos based on similar character attitude, similar voice. Voice is quite hard. How do you describe voice? But what's already clear is 8 seconds are always okay after some prompts, as what we showed now and how we went through the beginning of the session. And I think most of the projects can already use it to make some teasering at the beginning, to make some intro, because the important thing is only after 8 seconds, we need a cutscene. So we need a new environment with a news reporter in a studio gives over to the reporter on site. This is a whole new scene. It's a whole new environment. We can only not go back to the news area anymore, because they will definitely look different and they will definitely have different voices, or it will be very, very hard to look on it. But if we make a story similar to the prompt guide, which you showed,
the prompt theory,
every video in itself gives a small message in 8 seconds, but the characters never overlap.
Yeah.
And this is what we can already do.
Yeah.
Or the Web3 Hub posted just a few hours ago the video of the Berlin Blockchain Week. And Vicky opened the door, and then there was like a 3-minute video of Berlin Blockchain Week, how great it was. With Veo 3, definitely you can make either at the beginning or at the end a very nice teaser or something like that to motivate the people of watching it. And the first 8 seconds are anyway the most important to motivate someone. And there, I think the AI can dramatically help you, how it is already. As long as you keep some basic elements, no caption, no background sound, because as soon as you have a melody in the background, you cannot cut it anymore in a bigger scene. So these little tips and tricks, and then you are fine, I think, for fast result.
For like movie generation, I think this is something that's been studied like over time on like blockbuster movies. The number of seconds that each before they cut again has gone down since like they started making movies in the 20s or 30s or something. So there's like a chart you can see every year. Our attention spans are getting shorter. So it's like a movie now has like they cut every 3 or 4 seconds. So 8 seconds is actually a long time for a video. And yeah, even in Veo 3, sometimes you're using it, it'll make a cut like 6 seconds in or something, it'll cut to something else. And so, yeah, 8 seconds is a long time. But I mean, you might want to have something where it's like 30 seconds of this character talking or something though. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure that'll come out. Right now, it's just not configurable that way. And like I said, I think more models are going to come out. There's going to be tons of competition. I mean, I'm sure all the big companies are working to release their Veo 3 competitor. And yeah, it's just something that's very fascinating.
And also the editors get better, I think. So we played a little bit with the ChatGPT. What was the name again? Sora. And the editor of Sora is actually very nice, because on the video timeline, on the seconds, you can say exactly which prompt you want to see at which place, so that the video is generated along the journey of the timeline. And you can even put pictures in instead of prompts to work with it. But the output is total shit. So it's crazy how bad it is when you play with it a little bit, when you saw Veo 3. But this is the way we go. When one interface gets optimized, for example, the Sora one, and then we have the quality of Veo 3, and if they get merged together, we can really have a nice impact on the video generation journey to decide what should be where. I'm curious.
Yeah, and also what Matt is you are working on, like the persistence, that you define some characters in a UI, and then that gets turned into the system, the prompt that's used in the background, but you have a place to add the new character, and and then that you can use in various scenes or videos. And I had a question for you, just not off topic, but like this whole editing and shorter and shorter scenes. Have you guys seen Adolescence on Netflix? So it's I
have seen maybe some of it. Yeah, I think I've seen some of it.
And it's about growing up, teenage years in I think it's not even in London, it's somewhere in the UK. And I recommend everyone to watch it because I think it's a good series. But the point is that I was watching the series, and then halfway through its miniseries, I noticed that how on earth is this? They were sitting in the car forever, and there was no cut, and they were just sitting in the car and talking for 10 minutes. I'm like, how did they do this? And then I searched for it in Wikipedia, and then I realized that the whole movie is there's no cut. It's one take. They did the whole movie with one take, or like one without cuts, so one recording, and they recorded the full movie 7-10 times, one episode 20 times or something, and they chose the best one.
That's
and
hard.
and that's and it's a style. It's in the Wikipedia page. It's a style. There are other movies that use this, and I was just like thinking about this in the situation that we talked about, that type of style in cinematography might become more prevalent, to show that you're actually making a real movie, because you're not cutting AI generated videos together, because that would be very implausible to pay for that, or to generate, at least in the short term. So no,
good point. I like it.
Yeah. So Adolescence, I think it's on Netflix. Yeah. Okay. That was what else?
What Mads? Why only 8 seconds? What do you think is the reason, and what is possible? What is your feeling about this time constraint?
I think that the reason is that it was a fine tune. So like I said, it doesn't do vertical video very well. I think that they can do vertical video, but it's not good at it. I just think that maybe that has something to do with their training data. I think that they wanted the characters to be able to do full sentences. But I think that they probably ran into problems where the prompter would say, I want the person to say this, and it was just something that took longer than 3 seconds to say or something. I think that it was just a matter of engineering, where they were trying to get something out, and they were like, okay, we have this, but it really only works for horizontal videos and 8-second lengths. But it really works good at those things. I think that, I don't think it was anything like fundamental with the technology or anything. I don't think it was just like, for this release, they wanted to just focus on that. Obviously, that's just pure speculation. I don't work for Google.
No. But because VO2 is also only 8 seconds, and I think it is much cheaper to use it and generate with it. And ChatGPT is 10 seconds in the Plus plan, and then you need to go in the expensive Pro plan if you want to go to 30 seconds. So somehow these 10 seconds are also a little bit like the industry standard, where compute and willingness to pay meets maybe of the consumer. So we maybe need to pay much more money if we make longer videos. And then there is a too small group of people who are willing to do that. I don't know. Yeah.
It's possible it was a limitation of VRAM. So when you're running a model like you're running it on an NVIDIA chip, and your NVIDIA chip only has, it's called VRAM. It's virtual random access memory or something like that. And so maybe they just were running the maximum amount and that just happens to be an 8-second video is right here, and the limit's right here. And then if you do 9 seconds, it goes over the limit. That's possible too.
That's a good point.
Mm-hmm. So it's a technological constraint as well.
Yeah, really.
Well, yeah, so NVIDIA they released their most recent generation of chip at the end of last year. So they generally do 2-year cycles. So that's why we kind of seen a wave of like video generative models that came out this year, because they were training at the start of this year, and now they're kind of rolling things out. And so we just saw that. And so then, it'll be about another year and a half before NVIDIA releases a new chip that can do higher VRAM. So maybe for the minute-long video, we need to wait another year and a half for NVIDIA to make their chips a little bit better. But yeah.
Good point. I like that. I think that makes sense. So for everyone listening, you can, the sign up process with Veo, as already said, several people are using VPNs or whatever. So your way to get access, then play around with it, use the cheaper model at the beginning, And I think you can already build something which you can use for some content. For when you have any project, just generate something for the intro or the outro or something like that, and add some spice to it. And prompt guide, go with XAI or with your intuition. ChatGPT cannot help so good there. It's a little bit disappointing so far. I think there's some of the most important takeaways.
And look at other prompts. So if you find the prompt to a video that you like, then start with that, and then just change things in there, or find the patterns there. There are tips. You have to be a director, think with a director's head, and how the camera moves, and so that's good. You can go that direction, but maybe it's just easier to go with Grok and some template prompts that you like, and then you rather get the gist of it. That would be our recommendation.
Cool.
Okay.
I think we can wrap up.
Do we have any
No
cool videos that we want to show? I don't see anyone or any.
The sound was also so good when we showed at the beginning.
We will have to.
We will investigate. Sorry for the trouble at the beginning, but I'm actually happy that afterwards it worked when you showed the videos in VO.
I don't know.
No, actually, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Some people said it worked.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, then AI video generation. Looking forward to make another session when a new model comes out or some new functionality. But so far, go to Twitter, check your feed. If the video is less than 8 seconds, or there is a cutscene and there is a completely new scene after 7 to 8 seconds, you will know it's AI generated. And it's crazy by scrolling through how often that fits already. So yeah, we can write this with narrative as well. We can make content with that and try to get it viral, as Matt is already doing. Cool. Matt, thank you so much for your time. That was really cool. First guest speaker in the AI Guild. And then see you soon again all.
Yes. Thanks everyone, and see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.